Dear student, Namaste, and you are welcome to an English class of grade 10, Unit 3, Pronunciation and Reading Exercise. So, dear students, we have discussed the issues related to health and wellness in our previous class. And in this class, we talk about the related exercises of reading 1. And in this class, we talk about the pronunciation scale, similarly the reading exercises of reading comprehension 1. Are you all ready with your book, exercise book and the necessary documents? Well, get ready with your book and exercise book. Pronunciation. Pronounce the following words and then put them in the correct columns. Here are the words. Can one of you read out? Good. Let me read out the words. Put, roof, took, mud, book, good, wood, cook, school, to, foot, look, zoo, moon, hook, zoom, noon, stood, wool. These are the words. You can pronounce these words yourself and practice pronouncing the words. Can all of you do it? Perfect. Now, dear student, please listen the audio, and after listening the audio, please make sure the words and their categorization, either using satu or langu. Okay? Are you all ready to listen the audio? Please be ready. Pronounce the following words and then put them in the correct columns. Book, cook, foot, good, look, hook, stood, took, wood, wool, food, moon, noon, roof, school, do, zoo, zoom, mood. Okay, dear students, after listening the audio, you are now known about the use of satu and the use of langu. When we pronounce the word, when there is long u sound is used. Similarly, when we pronounce the word, some words we use short u sound is used. And what are those words? For example, you may guess book, cook, foot, good, look, hook, stood, took, wood, wool. These are the words. They pronounce with short u sound. Similarly, the words food, moon, noon, roof, school, to, zoo, zoom, mood. While pronouncing these words, we use langu. Can we practice together? Excellent. Let us practice once again. The words where short u sound is used in the time of pronunciation, they are. Let us pronounce the words together. Are you all ready? Good. Book, cook, foot, good, look, hook, stood, took, wood, wool. Now, the words long oo sound is pronounced. Let us practice pronouncing the words together. Are you ready? Good. Food, moon, noon, roof, school, two, zoo, zoom, mood. Okay, I believe you have put the words according to their pronunciation. The words which are pronounced with short oo, you have put them in one column, and the words that are pronounced with long oo, you have kept those words in another column. Did you do it? Excellent. Practice pronouncing the words correctly at home. Okay? Good. Now, next exercise. A. Match the words in column A with the meanings in column B. Here are some words which are kept in column A, and you are asked to match the meanings with column B. Are you all ready? Perfect. Here we go. The words, they are in column A. Nightmare, pediatric, intravenous, medications, confident, deprivation, vulnerable, dreadful. These are in column A. And the words which are in column B, or the meanings which are in column B, are treatment using drugs, a thing that is regarded as more important than others. You can see here. Next, a very unpleasant or frightening experience. Next, relating to the medical care of children. Next one, into or connected to a vein. Next, in need of special care, support or protection. Next one, very bad or unpleasant. Next one, the lack of something considered to be a necessity. Last but not the least one, a person with whom private matters and problems are discussed. So this is what the match the following. So dear student, I believe you have well understood the meaning of those words which are kept in column A. We discussed the meaning of those words in reading comprehensions already in our last class, okay? And the meanings are also kept in column B. So I believe you can match the words in column A with the meanings in column B. Are you all ready to match? Can you do it? Let us do together. Okay. Nightmare. What is the meaning of nightmare? Yes, you're right. A very unpleasant or frightening experience. This is nightmare. Not very pleasant. It is a very unpleasant, frightening experience is known as nightmare. Nightmare is matched with a very unpleasant or frightening experience. B. Pediatric. What is the meaning of pediatric? Yes, of course, you are right. Relating to the medical care of children. Yes, we have discussed the meaning of these words relating to the medical care of children. C. Intravenous. Can you guess the meaning of intravenous? Yes, of course, you are correct. Into or connected to a vein. D. Priority. Meaning of priority, a thing that is regarded as more important than others. Absolutely, you are right. E. Medications. Treatment using drugs. We talk about the meanings of these words already. Medications, treatment using drugs. F. Confident. The meaning of confident? Can one of you guess? Sure. A person with whom private matters and problems are discussed. Deprivation. The meaning of deprivation? Did you answer? Yes, of course. The lack of something considered to be a necessity. H. Vulnerable. What is the meaning of vulnerable? Yes, of course, you are right. In need of special care, support, or protection. I. Dreadful. Yes, you are correct. Very bad or unpleasant. So these are the words and the meanings. So I motivate you to practice reading those words and the meanings once, twice, and again at home, so that you may have a lot of confidence in your mind. Will you do it? Excellent. Good. Now, dear students, let us talk about the another exercise. It is about deciding T for true and F for false statement on the basis of reading comprehension. A. The sender of the letter was happy with the service of the health workers. What is your guess? Guess the answer. In the reading comprehension, who was the sender? Yes, an appreciative mother was the sender. And who was the receiver of the letter? Of course, healthcare workers, they were the receiver of the letter. And what is your guess? The sender of the letter was happy with the service of the health workers? What is your guess? Yes, of course, you are right. She is not happy. So that the statement is false. B. The staff of different departments in the hospital had harmonious relationship with each other. So what was written in the text? They complain about each other. The healthcare workers complain about their colleagues, and they develop a bad mouth, complaining about their competency. Yes? Good. Now decide whether the statement is true or false. Can you guess it? Perfect. You're right. This is again false statement. C. The hospital staff were concerned with the requirements of the sick child. Is it true? What do you think? The hospital staff were concerned with the requirements of the sick child. Were they caring the sick child in the hospital? Were healthcare workers caring and concerning with the requirement of the sick child? What do you think? What is your guess? Yes, you are right. This is another false statement. How absolutely you are answering the questions. Good. D. The staff of the hospital shared their personal feelings with the writer. What do you think? Who shared their personal feelings to whom? According to the reading comprehension, what is your guess? Who shared their personal feelings? Who shared their personal confidence to whom? Of course, the healthcare workers shared their personal feelings to the mothers of the sick child. The mother of the sick child, so that now decide the statement is true or false. Absolutely correct. This is very true statement. Nice. Next, E. The patient's chart was unclear about gender. What do you think? What is your guess? Guess the answer? Yes, of course you are right. This is true. Why it is unclear about gender of the children? Because the documentation is not properly maintained. F. The writer took the mistakes of the health workers normally. What is your answer? Guess the answer, true or false? Absolutely false. The writer took the mistakes of the health workers normally. G. The writer seems to be more honest in his duty than the hospital staff. Decide the statement is true or false. Guess the answer. Good. You are right. This is true statement. So, dear students, we have completed answering true and false statement relating our answer with the reading comprehension. I believe you practice answering the question at home many times. Will you do it? Very good, excellent. Now, let us talk about the next exercise, exercise C, and it is about answer the following questions. Do you see this exercise in your textbook? Very good. Now, A. What is the question of number A? What was the nightmare for the writer? Dear student, you can locate the possible answer from the text, from the reading comprehension, and you can generate the possible answer from there. Can you do it? So, I will give you the text and generate the answer. What was the nightmare for the writer? So, the sentence which I have underlined here from the paragraph, you can generate the answer of your one. Are you all ready? Perfect. Let me read out the paragraph again. I recently experienced a parent's worst nightmare. One evening, my 9-week-old baby developed an extremely high fever. We rushed to our local community hospital and were admitted through the emergency department to the pediatric unit. Now, dear student, the words are underlined, and I request you all to generate the possible answer from those underlined words and sentences. Are you all ready? What was the nightmare for the writer? Can you guess the answer? Absolutely, you are right. The nightmare for the author was that her baby was serious with high fever. Absolutely correct. How perfect answer you have written. What was the nightmare of the author? Yes, you are right. The nightmare of the author was that her baby was seriously ill with high fever. Did you write the answer in your exercise book? Good. Now, next question B. What do you think the main purpose of this letter is? What is the main purpose of this letter? Can you guess the answer? Okay, if you are confused, here is the support for you. Paragraph. Patients know that healthcare is not a glamorous career choice. They know that most of us do it because we want to help sick people get well. Do your best to confirm this belief when people are in your care. Now, guess the answer. What do you think the main purpose of this letter is? The main purpose of the letter is to what? Is to, okay. The main purpose of this letter, I think, the writer or the author, is to suggest all the health workers to be serious in their duty. This is really a noble profession, dear student. if the healthcare workers are not serious enough, if they are not sensitive enough, so the human life is in a problem. So who will be serious enough? Who has to be serious enough? The healthcare workers has to be serious enough. So that the main purpose of this letter is to make the healthcare workers to be serious in their duty. While the letter also is highlighting the areas where hospital staffs could improve to better prioritize patient care and communication. The healthcare workers, they must give a lot of priorities for patient care and for communication. This is what the answer of B. Did you write the answer? Good. C. According to the writer, what was the main weakness of the hospital staff? Can you guess the answer? Sure. Here is the clue for you. During my hospital stay, many staff took the opportunity to badmouth their colleagues to me when we were alone. I am not sure if this occurred because I looked rather trustworthy or they wanted to let me know they were more competent than their colleagues. So you can generate the answer from this clue. Can one of you generate the possible answer? Absolutely correct. You're right. This is what the answer. According to the author, the main weakness of the hospital staffs was to badmouth about other staff and their tendency to complain about each instead of focusing the care of the patient. What was the weakness of the hospital staff? The main weakness of the hospital staff was to complaining about their colleagues and the capacity, the competency of their friends. I believe you have noted the answer. Good. D. Did the nurses really say your daughter is not a priority? Why did the writer think so? Who can say the answer? Anyone? Okay, if you are confused, now I am giving you the clues. In fact, it was downright disappointing. This did nothing other than state to me that egos were taking priority over my daughter's care. Can you guess the possible answer from this clue? Excellent. Yes, this is what the answer. Here we go. It was not clear whether the nurses actually said, your daughter is not a priority. The author inferred this meaning from the nurses' statements of being busy, which made the author feel like their baby was not a priority. I believe you have written the answer, the same answer. Did you write? Good. E. What do the patients and the families expect from the health workers? What is your answer? Can you guess the answer? Dear student, if you are confused, I am giving you the clues again. I am a healthcare worker just like you. People trust us to take care of their most precious loved ones in their most vulnerable states. This is our job and we do it with pride. So, this is the clue for you to find out, generate, create the possible answer. Are you all ready to generate the possible answer from this clue? Will you try it once? Good, very good, you are right. Here is the answer. Patients and their families expect health workers to prioritize their care and effort to restore patients' health first, and they should be honest and serious in their duty. Who should be serious? The healthcare worker must be serious. They should be serious and they should be honest. For what? They should be honest in their duty. If they are not honest enough, if they are not serious enough in their duty, what happens? There is the death of human being. This is not a glamorous profession, as we said before, as we discussed before. F number. List the questions that the author was asked frequently in the hospital. What were the questions asked? What was the question asked to the author in the hospital? Can you guess? There were some questions, and then questions were asked very frequently. Can you guess what were the questions? If you are confused, here I am giving you the clues. So, read out the clues and generate the possible answer. Let me read out the clues. At every interaction with the physician and their students, I was asked the same questions. Was she premature? And was your delivery normal? I answered these questions the same each time. Surely someone wrote this down in our chart. I guess you might have found the answer, and the answer listing out the questions. And what were the questions? Can you guess? Of course you are right. The questions that the author was asked frequently in the hospitals were, you have found out the questions even in the clues also. Was the baby premature? This is the first question. And next question was the delivery normal? So, these questions were asked by the healthcare workers to the author very frequently, and these questions were repeatedly asked by sometimes physicians and sometimes their students. Good. G. Why did the health workers make gender error about the writer's daughter? This is the question. What is your answer? Yes, here is the clues for you. The majority of health care workers that approached my daughter referred to her as a male. I would politely correct them with her or she. My daughter spent her time in hospital wearing only a diaper. Despite no obvious gender indicator, surely somewhere in my paperwork it indicated that she was female. We learned it in the reading comprehension. Yes? So, the healthcare workers, the majority healthcare workers, they many times said the patient was a male. They were confused about the gender. But document was also there. It is mentioned in the document. Even if the document is not properly managed, so there was a problem. So, after reading these clues, find out and guess the correct answer, or you can generate the possible answer. What is your answer now? Can you guess it? Sure, here is the answer. The health workers make gender error about the writer's daughter because they did not do better paperwork. As I said, They were confused about the gender of the child. Why? Because they did not do better paperwork, or the documentation was not well managed. Did you write the answer, the similar type of answer in your exercise book, dear student? Of course, you did it. H. According to the author, how do people perceive the career of health workers? What is your guess? Can you guess the possible answer? Yes, for your kind support, I am giving you the clues. Patients know that healthcare is not a glamorous career choice. They know that most of us do it because we want to help sick people get well. Do your best to confirm this belief when people are in your care. I am not innocent of uttering some of these statements above. However, I can assure you that I will be more conscious of what I say to patients and their families after my daughter's hospital stay. This is what the clues for you. You can generate the answer from these clues. Can you generate it? Sure. According to the author, the people perceive the career of health workers as a noble and precious one. This is also mentioned in the clues as well. I believe you have written the similar type of answer in your exercise book. Did you do it? Excellent. D. If you become a health worker in the future, what would you be your priority? How would you treat your patients and their families? Discuss with your friends. There are two questions, and there is a possibility as well. If you become a health worker in the future, what would be your priority? And another one is, how would you treat your patients and their families? Discuss with your friends. You can discuss with your friends, and then you can write something, your answer. Okay? Will you do it? Please do it based on the reading text, based on the reading exercises that we completely finished, that we did it before. You can generate your own ideas. This is related to creativity. So develop your creativity yourself and write the answer of your one. Okay? So this is what your homework. Dear student, thank you so much for this class. Of course, we will meet soon. Till then, goodbye and namaste.